What's up, guys? Welcome back. This is our third backtesting session. Let's go on the channel, and we're just gonna keep it going. So, honestly, the issues that I'm running into as I'm on my journey to become a profitable day trader and basically tackle my first prop firm challenge is that I'm having issues with sizing up. I'm basically taking trades that are really low risk. I've been working on this account, but as you can see, the trades that I've taken have been really small. I want to see really big expansion like this in terms of my profits, and they've been so slow, like really small. So I finished May, and I had 3 trades that went great. I think this one was a trade that went bad. Yeah, this was in the last video. And I made that back, and then I got a break-even trades. Mind you, these break-even trades actually were going in my favor, and they're really close to my take profit, but then I had moved my stop to break-even, and it basically had come back and taken me out, which is very unfortunate. I believe this one I would have made $1,000 on, and this one I think I would have just made like $300 on, I think. And then I took 2 trades back to back, which were losing trades. I probably should have stopped while I was ahead. And it was a Monday. Mondays are kind of weird. I think it has something to do with the new week opening gap. But I can't really see that on FX replay because I don't think they have the configuration for, I believe, is regular trading hours, or I'm not sure which one's which. Regular trading hours or electronic trading hours. So that's what happened there. Going into May, I made $300 already on the month, which is great. So for the month of April, I was up 2% at some point, but then I lost some, so then I only made 1.3% on April. Right now, I'm up 0.5% on May, which is great, and in total, I've made 6%. So overall, I'm still up on the account, which is really good, and I've been making more than I've been losing overall, which is great. But for the prop challenges, I need to make upwards of basically like what? Like for the one that I want to go with, I have to make 6% in a month, and I know some other prop challenges require 8 to 10%, which I'm not performing anywhere near that except for February. So I'm winning trades, but I really need to like size up and risk more on these trades. So for this video, and I'm actually kind of really nervous, I'm going to try and do that. Okay, I want you guys to see me put on a trade, and I think if I were to risk a certain amount, I'd probably do max 1%. So that's just my max risk tolerance right now. I'm not really comfortable risking 2% on a trade yet. Maybe I'll get there eventually, but I'm just not there. So I'm only comfortable risking max 1%. So I really want to try and do that in this video. So these are my current metrics. I'm basically operating at about a 50-50 win to loss ratio. Which is fine. I would prefer my win rate to be higher at like 60%, but 50% is fine too, I suppose. So let's get into it. Let's try and size up. So that 300 trade, this is what this looked like. This was a bearish setup. We had an SMT, bearish, I believe this is a new day opening gap. Yeah, new day opening gap. So we tapped into that, and then we had a breakdown into a fair value gap, entered there. Low risk because I realized that we had these fair value gaps here, so I wasn't really sure if they were going to bounce off it or what. So that's why I put on essentially like low risk for this trade. But anyways, heading to the next day, which I believe is a Friday. I'm going to be a little bit cautious on Friday because Fridays can be a little bit weird. Again, I think it has something to do with the new day, new week opening gaps and where those are. But again, I can't really accurately see those on FX replay. So we're just going to have to work with what we have. So right now we're at 11:50. Oh, it's a Friday actually. Oh, okay. So we're actually heading into a Monday. Okay. So 4 hours forward. So it's going to give us Sunday hours soon. Yeah, we're in Sunday. And now we're heading into Monday. So right now we are declining. we are really declining. So we're still in. Am I tripping? This still says we're in Friday. Okay. Am I? Wait. Do I have this right? Yeah, no, this still says Friday. Okay. Okay. So let's go forward. Okay, so we have a gap. So this would be like a new week opening gap right here. And we're on Sunday. So now we're heading into Monday finally. And then we're going to go one more to bring us to 7:55. Then we're going to go forward 5 minutes to bring us to 8 o'clock. And then we're going to go forward 30 minutes to bring us to 9 o'clock. Or 8:55. Then we go to 5 minutes and then we go to 9 o'clock. Okay. So here we can start our analysis. So this is our new week opening gap. We've kind of filled some of it, but not all of it. So this little bit we could potentially come up and fill here. And not only that, I think we're in a discount of this range right here. So we're in a discount. Alright, so we've been kind of in this area for a very long time. Mind you, if you go to the weekly chart, you'll see that we did tap into this like fair value gap slash gap. I think this is a new week opening gap. I don't know. Hybrid type thingy. So we tapped into that and then we rejected off of it. And we're kind of like coming back down. So one thing I want to note on the weekly is that we also have a bullish volume imbalance here. It's really tiny, but it's there. It's not impossible that price could come back down here and like bounce back off of it. So it's good to note these levels. So weekly volume imbalance. So going back to the daily. So this is a Monday. We have to be very careful on Mondays because just from what I've noticed is that Mondays are kind of, will do some weird things sometimes. And again, I think it's just because of the new week opening gap and all that stuff, which I'm not 100% that familiar with yet, so I can't really say. Okay, so we have this bullish fair value gap. We have this weekly volume imbalance. We have a gap here and we have a gap here. So we actually have like 2 gaps above us. So that's actually already really bullish right off the bat. We have this one here and we have this one here. That's very bullish. And we're in a discount, right? So if we go down to a 4 hour now, actually before that, I'm going to mark out buy side liquidity here. We're on a daily. So this is, okay. So buy side liquidity here. And let's also mark out previous day's high. Previous day's high. And I would mark out previous day's low, but we already taken previous day low and we also took this sell side liquidity. I could mark these out. It's just I'm gonna go down lower first to see what we're looking at essentially here. So we have a gap. We have a gap and we have a gap here. We have 2 gaps above us. This is a new day opening gap, and this is a new week opening gap. And we took out sell side. So, in all honesty, I want to say we're bullish, but there's more room to go down and take out sell side. So, it's very like, I don't know right now. I feel I'm not really sure what the play is here. All I can probably do, I feel like this is a little bit excessive, but because I don't know, and I'm actually like going into Mondays, I'm more so thinking like I'm more so going into Mondays feeling more like I'm not going to take a trade, just because Mondays are a little bit unpredictable for me anyways. Maybe not for other people, but they're a little bit unpredictable. I know some people don't trade Monday because again, Monday does some weird things. All I can say is that we have 2 gaps above us right now. Oops, sorry. Clicked the wrong thing. I might not take a trade. 4 hour. But, you know, you guys are probably thinking, perhaps, maybe, why didn't you take a trade on a better day then? Well, you know, it's really, I think it's still useful for everyone to see how I potentially navigate tricky days like Mondays. And I'm not saying Mondays are always like this, but this is just, you know, still gotta be there because you never know when opportunity will strike, right? Okay, there we go. Because they're not showing my sessions. So, I'm probably going to stay on this time frame, which is the 4 hour, which is kind of weird, I know, but because I could probably go down to 1 hour. I just need to see how price is going to react at 9:30. So we're at 9 o'clock right now. 9:05, 9:10, 9:15, 9:20, 9:25, 9:30. Okay. So off the bat, 9:30 took some of these lows here. This is very weird. That's an SMT, by the way, because Nasdaq didn't take that low, but S&P did. I mean, I can see why they want to fill that gap. Let's go down to a 5-minute. I'm still a little bit cautious. So, okay, so there's an SMT here, but it's not that significant. It's still really early. Okay. Okay. We had the gap here, we have the gap here. Makes somewhat sense. We took out sell side. We could be bullish. Still a little bit hesitant, but sure, I guess. We could inverse this gap, I suppose. Not really sure. But we do have an SMT that is actually still in place. So we could... Right here, right? Okay. So we do have an SMT put in. So let's see if we potentially get like maybe a fair value gap. Okay. Looks like we did. So we could come back into here and go up. I'm not really sure where this would... I know there's a lot of liquidity resting above us, but see, we have this bearish fair value gap here. And this gap is here. So that could potentially be the play. I maybe. So, oh, okay. That just expanded like crazy. It didn't even give us any time to... Oops. Oops. I really probably... Okay, well, it doesn't really matter because this is just all over the place. Probably should, like... Okay, it looks like it might potentially come back into here. Which is a 5-minute fair value gap. Probably should label that, but... This is also a 5-minute fair value gap. I'm still really skeptical about this trade, if I'm being honest. We came back into equilibrium. We're rejecting off of this bearish 1 hour fair value gap. We took the high, we took the sell side. Very skeptical about whether this is going to keep going up. So, very hesitant indeed. I prefer to take this on the 1 minute, the 5 minute, I mean. I'll put it. We might not end up taking a trade on this, I'm not gonna lie. It's a little bit too risky for me. The setup is just weird. A lot of contradictory things. So if I go down to 1 minute, we still haven't taken out sell side. And we have a bearish... What time is it? So it's 10:28. Okay, well, we didn't... Okay. Okay, so here's our first entry, potentially. It's still early. It's not 11 yet. I don't know how I feel about this trade, if I'm being honest. We have an SMT put in still. That's still holding. This is our first actual opportunity coming into... Or maybe it was here. It was probably here, actually. But you would have been on the... You would have... Actually, no. Wait, yes. Because it tapped into it just by a bit. Like, by, like, a ticker. This is weird. I could definitely take a trade here. I'm just a little bit hesitant. We did take out sell side. We inverse this fair value gap. And it would only be a small 1 to 2. Guys, I know I said I would size up, but I don't even know if I want to risk this much on this trade, if I'm being honest with you. I'm probably just gonna lower the risk, guys. I can't, I don't feel comfortable. It's already moved up a lot. Okay, oh. That rubs me the wrong way. No, I'm sorry. I'm taking it off. You guys are probably like, fear. Well. No! No, I would have made it. I would have gotten... Okay, you know what? It doesn't matter. You guys are probably like, psychology. Your psychology. You shouldn't have done that. Okay, listen. That trade was very weird, okay? We had a lot of drawdown. It was already weird from the start. That would have been a... I missed a good trade. Guys, this is the reality of trading, alright? It happens. Okay, so the reason why I just came out of that trade, it was for many reasons. I know the analysis was good and the trade was there and I took the trade and all of that. But one, I had a low confidence into the trade to begin with, which is why I lowered my risk a lot. And it's a Monday. Mondays are known to be kind of weird for trading. So I already had kind of like, you know, that thing in the back of my head, like, yeah, this is probably not going to work out. So that's why I took off the trade, even though it worked out. But it doesn't really matter because I wasn't even willing to risk that much on that trade. So to me, it's not really a loss. Like, if I'm not even confident risking 0.3 or 0.5 on the trade, then should I really be in the trade? Let's go to the next one. Ooh. Let's see what the next trade has in store for us, which is a Tuesday. I'm going to really do my best to try and size up on this trade, or I could just end up blowing the account. We're not gonna blow the account. My goal is to try and do at least 1%. So... And it's crazy because you do all that analysis only for it to... only for you to chicken out or not end up taking a trade. But that's just the reality of trading, you know. You're gonna have days where you chicken out. You're gonna have days where, you know, a trade will come and stop you out. Days where you get stopped at a break even. And days where the trade goes in your favor. So, alrighty. So it went exactly where I thought it would. Which is to the gap. So, because we're all the way back up there again, and we went to equilibrium, and we bounced off equilibrium, and we're going back up now, I would say into Tuesday, we are very bullish. See, like, going into Tuesday, it's very much more clear. Monday it wasn't as clear, even though my analysis was pretty good, and I did take the trade in the direction that was expected based on my analysis. But it wasn't as clear Monday, which is another reason why I was a little bit, you know, hesitant to... I had very low confidence in the trade that I had set up. So, Tuesday, it's a little bit more clear. So hopefully we can actually get a trade, but I'm not going in thinking we're going to get a trade. If the trade is there or the trade idea is met, then I will execute on the trade. So if the trade idea is there, guys, okay, if the trade idea is there, I'm going to try and do the max 1% or the max 5%, but it really, I don't want to also, but also it's weird because I don't want to just put on, you know, the trade, I don't want to just risk 1% just because the trade idea is there. My risk really depends on whether the trade idea is met and my confidence in said trade idea. A couple trades ago, I risked 1% to make $1,000 on a trade that was I was very confident in it. And it was going up, but it came back and took me out at break even, which was very unfortunate. So, in any case, looking at this analysis with buy side here, no need to mark out previous day's high and low because we already took previous day's high. We are now flirting with this gap. I really want to outline this. I don't necessarily know if this is necessary, but I do want to outline this it's like gap here, this weekly gap, because we rejected off of it once. So the idea is to go higher or go through it over the course of the weeks to come. So let's move this closer. So that's buy side. Okay. I think that's really it. Could put the equilibrium back on here, but I'm not sure if that's necessary. So then we go down to 4 hour. So we can put like, maybe not as necessary. Sell side was taken. We were also in an equilibrium, discount, sorry. We did get to equilibrium, but we were technically in a discount at the time. Not going to put that back here and here because I don't necessarily know if it's necessary. Okay, so... Okay, my whole thing with this right now is that there's no, like, clear fair value gap. There is this volume imbalance right here, which I'm not even sure if I should include. Yes, actually, I think I should include the end of this wick. Yeah, because if it's like a hybrid and volume imbalance fair value gap type situation. So I'll just call it a 4 hour fair value gap. 4 hour fair value gap. Alrighty. Okay. We have that. This is a tiny fair value gap right here, but because it's so tiny on the 4 hour, I'm not going to mark it out. I might be able to see a... Oh. Yeah, there's a fair value gap right here that New York, or London I should say, used as support. You can see how the bodies respected the fair value gap, therefore this fair value gap held. 1 hour fair value gap. Great. I really need to like update my tools on TradingView that I have here on FX Replay because they're not the same. We have a tiny fair value gap here. You guys are probably like, oh, this is annoying marking out all this stuff. Yeah, but it's necessary because you need to see what price reacts off of, and these are all key areas. I want to be bullish. See, we're here, so I want to be bullish. Speaking of which, okay, so we've been in a market maker buy model for some time now. We're still in it. We're going up. We're going up, up, up. Alright, you guys heard me sing for the first time. K-pop Demon Hunters. Oh, there's a little fair value gap there. I didn't even see that. Great. Alright, so this is a 1 hour. 1 hour fair value gap. Move this over. Move everything over. Alright, and then this fair value gap here. So many fair value gaps. Oh my gosh. Price gets crazy sometimes. You never know what it's going to respect and disrespect, so it's better to just mark out everything. Yep. Probably won't be getting back down here. Yeah, and if it got all the way back down here, I'd be very concerned, actually. That would mean something completely different. Alright. Oh, gosh. I hate days like this where I have to mark out so many different things. This could be an inverse fair value gap. Their price comes back into, so we could come back down to like an equilibrium, or we could come back down and flirt with this 1 hour small fair value gap. Yeah, pretty much. So that's where we are. So it is 9 o'clock. Let's just go down to a 5-minute. Alright. Oh wow, okay. 9:05. 9:10. 9:15. 9:20. 9:25. Yep, 9:30. Oh. That was abrupt. Okay. We took out sell side. I want to see... Okay. Okay, we have a fair value gap. We have a fair value gap. I did come into this day being bullish, so... 5 minutes. Fair value gap. It did take out sell side. Do we have an SMT? We do. We do. SMT here. SMT here. Alright. Bullish SMT in place. We have a fair value gap, 5-minute fair value gap. That means we have to go down to 1 minute. We have more sell side liquidity here. So okay. That's not really what I wanted to see. I want to see... Okay, that's not really what I wanted to see. Okay, this might run away from us because... What the heck? Wait, let me go to 5-minute, because what is going on? It just kept on expanding, like... I don't think we're gonna get a trade. Oh, this is so unfortunate. This is our second trade we've gone through, guys, and we just do not have a setup. Yeah, we don't have anything. Yeah, we don't have anything. It's like slowly climbed, but like that's not what I'm looking for. And if we go back to like the 5-minute, like there's no, you know what I mean? Like there's no like fair value gap that it's going back into. We had a change in state, sure, but like there was no fair value gap. Sorry, not a change in state, like a liquidity sweep, but there was no fair value gap. And then it was just really lethargic. Like there's no clear PD arrays in this. Like if we sweep this low, we're not really in a fair value gap if you want to like consider this tiny one. And then when we ran up, we didn't have any inverse fair value gap. We had a change in state, but you would have been under like, there wasn't like a really good displacement either, and then you would have had been under like a lot of drawdown. And yeah, this oh my gosh, how far are we into this video? Like, it's been 30 minutes and we have nothing. Okay, guys. We're gonna try this one more time. If we get nothing, then that's it. That is it. That is crazy. So if the next trade we don't get anything, I'll probably just have to end it here. And we'll probably just pick this back up in the next video. But hey, regardless, this is such a great learning lesson because you get to see why I would not take a trade, why I do take a trade, my concerns going into certain trades, and hopefully soon my confidence with taking a trade, which has not really been that present. Okay, so we have another candle. Let's try to speed this up just a bit. Okay, so we're in Wednesday now, and this is 7:55, and 8 o'clock, then 9 o'clock, or now 9 o'clock. Okay. Wow. No one, I don't know if anyone ever talks about this, but like, I mean, if you're doing your analysis for the day, it's probably not too bad, but when you're doing multiple analyses back to back, it like gets super mentally exhausting. Because you're like trying to consider so much. I think someone said that you only have the mental capacity to make at least 2 trading decisions in a day, like with good clarity anyways. And then like everything else is just like lower. I guess your body just can't, I don't know, like divvy up the resources to make any more decisions very clearly. So you can make about maybe 2 good trading decisions per day. In any case, alright, so one good thing. We're below previous day's high. I love when that happens. I absolutely love when we're below previous day's high, because that's to me, that is a very good target. I'm not going to necessarily say that it's bullish, but if we're bullish, that is like a really great place to target. So alrighty. Other than that, there's nothing else. We could mark out all the previous stuff, but I don't really think it matters as much. So let's just continue. One thing I really hate, guys, one thing I do hate when I'm looking at price action is if there's no clear PD arrays. Like, there's nothing, like, don't get me wrong, there are PD arrays, right? Just not anything, like, really clean. Because, like, you have this volume balance here, you have, that's nothing, basically. You have this order block, I guess. You have this gap here. There's really nothing, not on the 4 hour anyways. Okay, so here coming on the 1 hour, we have more clear PD arrays. You see how that gap is like just screaming at us, like, hey, look at me, I'm here. And this is also like overlapped with this inverse fair value gap. Like, that is what I want to see. That's actually like exactly what I want to see, because everything below us is just like it's crazy. And we already have like a sell side liquidity taken, so that's nice. So hopefully maybe we'll get a trade, maybe we won't get a trade. I'm so tired. So tired. This was just a lot. But I actually have done like 3 months back to back. But that was like when I was still trying to figure out my trading style. I'm still trying to, I've backtested so much within the last 4 months that like, even though my trading is working out now, backtesting, I feel like I still have low confidence in my trades just because of all the trades that went bad. As you can see, my like win rate was like, if you go outside of FX replay, my win rate's like what it says for all the trades I've ever taken. My win rate's like 30 something %, which is really low. So that does take a hit on her confidence. I'm trying to build back up my confidence and have more confidence in like putting on trades and like, you know, believing in my analysis and what I'm seeing and all that stuff. So yeah, but that's really it for this time frame. I'm happy that like going into the 1 hour it's very clear. I like to see clear signs, clear PD arrays. We already took out sell side. So we might potentially not come back. I don't know, we could. Sell side. Alright. Oh. Okay, no SMT because they both took London. Oh wow. Wow. Wait a minute. There's already like a... Oh, sorry. Whoa. There's already like a change in state and everything. But we don't get ahead of ourselves. So what could end up happening, because we already took cell set, we already have like a change in state, one. We already have like inverse fair value gaps being disrespected. Or bullish fair value gaps being disrespected that could potentially now be inverse fair value gaps. We don't rush into a trade because the 930 open can do a lot of crazy things, and we could easily come back down here before we even get up there. Or we could go up there. I like to see that left open prior to 930, but we'll just see. Okay, I'm doing too much talking. So 905, 910, 915, 920, 925, and 930. Okay. 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 There's a bearish SMT put in because S&P didn't take London, but Nasdaq did. So my bias is bullish. I really don't technically want to see. Okay, wait. We might have a bullish SMT just been put in. S&P took this low, Nasdaq didn't. Oh, wait, that might not hold. Okay. I am bullish. So I'm not gonna change my bias. Okay. In terms of SMT, like, I guess there's an SMT put in because I would need to see a bullish... Okay, guys! I'm gonna long this. And my reason being is that we have a bullish SMT put in because Nasdaq didn't take this low while S&P did. So that's an SMT, SMT. And this is, and I'm bullish. So it goes along with my bias. So SMT. Okay, so we had a lot of that requires us to go all the way back up to previous day's high. I don't what time is it? It's still early. Alright, guys. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I did it. Oh no. That's a bad sign. That's a bad sign. I have to take it off. You're probably like, why did you take it off? It went up too high. It went up too far away from my, yeah. Look, it's gone. If it had come back on me afterwards, that would have been a very bad sign. That is so sad. Yeah, we missed it. I think after it closed on this candle, but I should have entered because it would have entered me. But the only reason I didn't enter on this candle is because there wasn't enough displacement for me to confidently enter this trade. So when this candle opened up, this was like a lot of displacement. So I was like, okay, I'll enter this. So it could have like wicked back in here and then gone up, but it didn't, which is unfortunate. So yeah, I'm going to just I'm so sorry, guys. My whole goal was to size up in this video, and we did 3 trades, and none of them worked out. Even though this one looked good, it didn't enter us, and then that first one I chickened out, and then all the other ones we didn't have any good setups, and that's just the nature of trading. It's going to happen. So thanks. I hope but at the very least, I hope you did learn something about how I, decide how to enter trades and my criteria for entering a trades and and my reasons for not entering a trade. You know what I mean? and putting on a trade even if I'm not sure about it, but if my criteria are met, there's no reason not to put on the trade. So, yeah, that's all I have to share with you guys. Hopefully, we'll try this again in the next video, and we'll kind of just start, begin where we left off of. So, yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know what else you guys want to see, and see you in the next one. Peace.